Hey guys, what's going on? I'm so excited that we can talk about something that is so elusive in our industry that it can make you absolutely crazy. It's tough knowing how to price your websites. It's tough knowing exactly how long a project is going to take. And it's tough living with the fact that at the early days or during the early days of building your business, you're afraid that people will, say no. So how do you balance all of those things and make sure that you're putting out great pricing? Well, I'm going to talk about that in this video, and I'm also going to give you a bonus tip that has helped me close more business, and it's been absolutely surprising how well it works. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Hi, my name is Paul Kluke, and I'm so excited that you're here because pricing is something where you really can win in this business, but you're going to need to know early on exactly how to price your websites. So if you're looking to price a web design concept, how do you currently do it? You can feel free to leave me a comment below and tell me exactly what your process is. I'm going to give you two models, and these two models have been used in industries for years. It's a bottom-up or a top-down calculation. So essentially, top-down would mean you would just know kind of what the going price is. Now, we all know that if we wanted to go buy a Coke at the store, it probably cost us between $1 and $2, right? That is what the market expects, and if I were introducing a new product on the market, I would know that I would have to be in that range. Is it $1? You know what? I might be wrong on that. Maybe it's like $2.29. I guess maybe it's a 49-cent fountain drink. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, you would need to be clear on what the market price is, and you would then come off of that price and make your own price. Problem with web design, it's all over the place. You know, what kind of functionality are we talking? I had a friend of mine call me yesterday. He says, hey, for my restaurant, I want people to be able to order online, but I also want them to be able to pay online. Well, his point of sale didn't offer any process or any payment gateway whereby he could have his clients actually check out online. So because of that, it became a new, much bigger problem. So going into a project, it's hard to know exactly how to price it. I've seen websites. I worked on a website years ago when I started, and the guy told me he had spent $14,000. It was a standard WordPress site with a little extra functionality, and I was surprised that site in my area was probably, I think it would have been around a $1,500 website. It wasn't that exciting. So when it comes to pricing, the other model is from the bottom up. And the best way that I've found to figure out what the bottom up rate is you sit down and you break out the process. Okay, how long is it going to take for me to come up with the wireframing? The look and feel of the website. How long is it going to take me to come up with the menu structure? How many pages are involved? Is it a standard 6-page brochure site where you have a home, about, a services, a fee schedule or pricing, contact, and a terms of service page? Or is it something way more elaborate and then they want SEO on top of it? You have to sit down and start thinking about how long it's going to take. And I usually take that number because, let's say that somebody says, oh, I just need you to upload a couple of photos to my site. And in your mind, in my mind, I would think, well, that would just take me a few seconds, right? But what you can't forget is you're going to have a conversation with that client. They're going to tell you exactly how they want that, or maybe not. You're going to have to guess. Or you're going to have to resize it. You're going to have to change the background color. Maybe you're going to have to remove some background. All of those things end up creating more time. And if you're doing enough of that, then you'll know how long it takes you. And that's why I'm a big fan of tracking your time on a daily basis. Use programs like Toggle or Time Doctor or Timesheets. Make sure that you know how long a project is taking you. That'll give you a future reference when you go to price out a new website later down the road, because you can look at how long did it take me to actually move this website from a Weebly platform over to a WordPress platform. Well, geez, it took me 40 hours, like maybe that's what you find out. So you need to know exactly how many hours, or, some kind of good rough guess of what it's going to take. I usually suggest even doubling that, because I just started working on a website redesign, and then I found out the server was on a deprecated server. It needed to be upgraded. We couldn't upgrade that server to the newest version of PHP. There were all of these issues with it, right? And I didn't plan for any of that stuff. So, I certainly could have stopped the project and gone back to him and said, hey, look, we gotta migrate, but I thought, well, it probably won't take all that long to migrate the site. It ended up taking a really long time because stuff started breaking in the process when we started upgrading things. So those are the types of things that you really need to build in some buffer. Maybe, I would say at least 20 to 30% into your margin on top of whatever you think it's going to take you. I mean, that's at least, I think you're even at 100%, you'd be way better off. So make sure that you add enough buffer for the unexpected, because as you know, the unexpected always shows up. The other thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look back at what you're actually making in your business. So this is really where having good financial records comes into play. Look at the last year's earnings, and I don't even care if you didn't work in the web design field last year. Just take your earnings from last year and divide it out over a 40-hour work week. What did you make per hour? I would hope that you could start your own business and make at least what you were making at your previous job. Now, in my case, I left a high-paying job to start mine, and I knew that I couldn't do that. But I think I should have been more responsible when I started out and had set thresholds much higher than I did. I just didn't understand sort of how to run the business, and so I feel like I pumped a lot of money unnecessarily into the business that I hope that I can help you avoid. Now, the final thing that I would recommend you check out, it's something, and I almost don't even want to say it because it has worked out this well, but I'll tell you, Better Proposals, I think it's .io, has a system which is where you essentially can take the client through a series of of the quote form, and you can see how much time the client spent on each page of the redesign or the terms or the pricing page and so on. And they have these really nice templates that make it super easy to create a proposal. And what I have found is I think that something happens psychologically, because most proposals that I've used with their system actually close. And I've messed around with pricing and things like that, but I think because their system is so slick that people think, well, shoot, if he can send me a proposal that looks like this, I bet he could design a really good website. So make sure that however you're communicating with your client, you feel high-end, even if you're not charging a super high-end price. And I don't remember what the cost is per month. It's not terribly expensive, and you can set it to 10 proposals or whatever. But anyway, that has been one of the things that I think I have nearly, it's definitely above 80% closing rate every time I've used that system. So anyway, thanks for joining me and talking about pricing. I wish I could tell you, charge $500, $800 for this, $1,500 for this. But the reality is you'll see that people can charge relatively anything for the same website. It really comes down to customer perception. And as always, keep learning, keep developing your skills, become a leader in your field, become the best at what you do, and people will find you and they will pay you well to help them. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in another video.